Hey, in this tutorial I'll show you how to make a box for laser cutting using MakerCase. So what you need to do is to either Google MakerCase or go to MakerCase.com. In here you can see a lot of different shapes you can design on the website. What you are going to do, or going to make in this unit, is the basic box. So you select the basic box, and in the basic box you can go in and do some settings. First of all, we want to use millimeters. Then you can set the dimensions of the box. In this case we'll make it maybe 10 by 10 centimeters. Remember, this is in millimeters. Then you can decide if it should be the outside dimensions or the inside dimensions of the box. Let's say we want it to be the outside dimensions. Then you need to set the material thickness, and you do that over here, and it should be 3 millimeter because you're going to cut in 3 millimeter thickness. Then you can choose if it should be an open or closed box. I guess you will make it into an open box since you will have a candlelight inside, but you might want to make it closed and then cut something out of the top later on. But for now we just select an open box. Then, well, the box can look like this with separate sides that you put together, but it's not that strong. So instead you can add what's called fingers to the design, which will make some cuts in the wood so it's easier, or so it's becomes more stable. Or you can make what's called T-slots. That's where you can put knots and bolts in it to put it together. But we'll be using fingers. In here you can select the finger size, so the size of these fingers on the box. I would say maybe 3 is a proper amount of slides on this one. So that means that the size of each finger is 14, in this case 0.25 millimeter. When you are satisfied with the size and the layout of the box, you can click download box plans, and then you can see what it would look like. You can choose to have it to include the front, back and left part of this one. I disable it now because we don't want it. We should be fairly clear which top and sides on this one. But if you're in doubt, you can leave it on, then delete it later on in RDWorks. But let's just disable it. Then there's this called curve and corner compensation that you can choose. That's because when you use the laser, it will remove some of the material. It actually burns its way through the material, and that means it also will remove some of the materials. In here you can define how big the, so to say, cutaway is, and that will normally for wood be around 0.2 millimeters. But since it's only 0.2 millimeters, and we actually would like to have a little bit of slack in the fingers, I would suggest you just leave it to none. Otherwise you can go in here and say curve, and then set the beam diameter divided by 2. But let's just leave it on none for now. Then you need to download it as a DFX file. So you click on download DFX files, and then it will download a file called box.dfx. You then need to open the RDWorks, go to File, Import, and select the DFX file. And as you can see in here, it has downloaded the cuts, and if we just click on one of the rectangles, you can go up here and see, yes, it is 10 by 10 centimeters, or 100 by 100 millimeters. So that's how to design a box in MakerBox.